So this is where the Tegu enclosure is going to be. It's not covered in ice right now. Well, I mean, there's still some ice out, but it's like 62 degrees outside right now, so I'm getting a head start on clearing as much of this honeysuckle as I can. Gotten quite a bit of it. I think I said this before, but in case you haven't heard me say it, honeysuckle is an invasive plant in the state of Ohio. Needs to go. It's destroying and choking out the big, beautiful trees that we have. So we've been cutting it all down for a few years now. This was all that wooded area looked just like that, just a thicket of honeysuckle. So we needed to get more out anyway, but since I'm building this enclosure out here, it'll probably be done next month. So probably the same week that you see this video will be done. Right now it's February 16th and it's 61 degrees. So I'm going through and I'm cutting out as much of this honeysuckle as I can. Problem I'm gonna have with the roof is I need to go around this tree because this is not a honeysuckle and I don't want to cut that down, of course. Leave all the good plants. Honeysuckle, stuff like that, has to go. Like a lot of these little trees and things I'm gonna leave alone. I can incorporate them into the enclosure even. I mean, they can be a nice shady spot. But like behind it over there, there's some more honeysuckle. This is more honeysuckle. That's giant honeysuckle that I'm gonna have to take out. But I need to clear a path over there before I can take it out anyway, because if I cut it down from over here, it's gonna fall on me. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to it and I'll see you guys when I'm done clearing. So probably I'll film an update to this video today. But yeah, so wish me luck. Well, as you can see by the t-shirt, it is a gorgeous day today. It's like 65 degrees, or it was like 65 degrees an hour or two ago. It's probably in the lower 60s now. So, working out here, I'm digging down, and I'm going to put a wood base down there so that my Tegu cannot dig out of this enclosure. And I'm also going to drill a few small holes through each board that I put down. That's honestly just because I would like it to be able to drain out there. But yeah, another month and it'll be nice enough for him to be out here, so I definitely want to get all this done for sure. I just need to get about 10 4x4s. I could get like 20 if I wanted to and make this extra secure, but I'm not going to do that. So I need to get those and a few 2x4s. And then all I really need is the mesh, and this enclosure will be able to be done. So I'm going to get to it. Well, it'll be able to be done minus some extra work that definitely has to be done on it. But like, I need to furnish the inside of it. I'm going to get like a stock tank. I'm going to get a stock tank and put it in here as water. I might also just get a really big concrete mixing pan and put it in here for water. Either one of those would work well. And have some really exciting news. I'm not going to tell you guys too much about it, but we're making this enclosure slightly larger because there's another animal that is going to be out here. So, alright, so I have all these landscape timbers here, and I've been working with them basically since I got home. So about 3 hours ago, because I had lunch here before I went out there, I'm going to show you what I've accomplished so far. Alright, so this is what I've accomplished. I brought 6, or now 7 of them out here. I've put them into the ground. That one I'm going to have to hammer in quite a bit, I think, because it's much deeper than that one, or I'll raise that one. But, yeah, so this is, I'm starting the outer frame. I'm about to put that beam on top of it, just to see where we're at. They're both the same distance dug, but because this ground is on a slope, I'm going to have to think about that for the future, so I can just dig these next 2 holes a little bit deeper. I decided to get the landscape timbers instead of the 4x4s, just because I like the look of them more, especially for this cool kind of reptile enclosure. So, gonna pound that one down into the ground a little bit more, and mount this one on top, and then I'm gonna, if I have a little bit of time left, I'm gonna get to work on at least one more of these holes and getting a post in. I accidentally turned this enclosure into an 8x16 instead of an 8x12, but that's fine. There are going to be 2 tegus in here. While I was making this video, I'm sure you'll notice I was trying to keep it kind of cryptic earlier, but she's getting here on Tuesday. This enclosure isn't going to be ready by then, so yeah, woohoo, I'm getting a tegu, so I can start breeding tegus. And I am having them both out here because I think I'll have better success breeding outside. Yeah, and it's starting to rain a little bit, but thankfully not very much. It'll probably rain for a couple minutes. It's been sprinkling off and on. Definitely spring weather. It's 65 degrees, so I need to keep going. It's gonna be like 75 on Saturday, so I'll do as much as I can then before I pass out from heat exhaustion. All right, the sun is going down, but this is where I'm at. I have the quote-unquote entryway put in. I did have to cut off the top of that board. You can see it's not a very clean cut, but it's a cut nonetheless. And they're pretty even. They're not perfect, but that's fine. A little imperfection never hurt anybody. So I am gonna bring all the tools in, hose them off, or hose off the ones that need to. And then I'm going to change my clothes because I am covered in mud. Almost every time I got closer to the 2-foot mark on those, there was just water pooling up. So every time I hit it with the post hole digger, it just sprayed water up at me. So, all right, so I've gotten quite a bit done. I got the 3 main supports in. Right now I'm working on carrying the rest of these posts here. They're going to be the border along the ground. Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning. But today's supposed to be even nicer, like 75 to 80 degrees today. So, figured now's better time than any to go ahead and get out here because it's already like 60 degrees. But I need to cut some pieces. I'm going to put a couple of small pieces of wood up against each board where I'm going to put them across the middle, just to hold them in place so I can screw them in. And then I'm going to make the border out of those and the wood way over there. And if I have enough, I'm also going to do the ground here with those, which I'll hopefully have enough. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. All right, so I've been out here most of the day since about 8:30 a.m. It's now 12:30, so this is it. This is the new Tegu enclosure. I've dubbed it Dragonstone. This enclosure is 16 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6.5 feet tall, or closer to 6 feet tall, actually. This is an absolute mansion of an enclosure for a tegu, or for a pair of tegus. 8x4 is what is generally considered to be the standard size enclosure for an adult tegu. And I have made about 4 of those in here. So it's about twice as big as you would need for 2, in my personal opinion. The new tegu that's going in here is actually going to be shipped in on Tuesday, so I will have an unboxing video on Tuesday when I get her. As soon as she gets here, I'm going to film that video and edit and upload it. You might be my first video back in a while. I've been so busy. Again, I'm sorry about that. Oh, my Coke is going to fall. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I did somehow miscount how many boards I bought. I think I bought 12 initially instead of 15 like I meant to. So I am just going to have to run back to Home Depot and buy 3 more. But that's not the end of the world. So I'll see you guys in the next clip, I suppose. Peace out. Alright. Framework is done. Bottom is almost completely covered with wood and things so they can't dig out. It's very windy. But this is how it's looking. I might cut that board and move it down. I was trying to avoid doing that, but I might have to. But yeah. Next thing to do really is I need to frame in the doors here and wrap it in the hardware cloth. Alrighty, sorry about the background noise. So I'm gonna cut this video here. I wanted to do the whole thing in one big long video, but it's looking like it's gonna be a couple of months before I really have this done, because I have to get a car now, so I have to put the enclosure on hold till it's done. And I want to have me introducing the lizards into the new enclosure in the final video. So this is going to be a two-parter, so you just watch part one, probably beginning of April, maybe even into May. Hopefully before then you'll see part two. But as for now, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, click the like button if you haven't done so already. Highly consider subscribing to the Repti-verse. In the description below, you'll find a link to the Discord server, a link to my Patreon, and a link to go support US Art. Go show them some love. They really need it right now, more than ever. But I think that's it. So, peace out, YouTube.